Welcome to TNT and welcome to the secretive world of cybercrime. Some of these issues have already affected you, whether you realise it or not. If you've had any problems with your Thai bank account and changing bank rules, it's 100% because of this issue, as Thai banks are being forced to clamp down on potential scams, mule accounts, large transfers and a lack of ID, all things that were much easier in the past. The situation is not unique to Thailand, but a lot of the recent focus has been on the kingdom, not because it's got any major direct role in the proliferation of these scam centres, but it has become a hub for banking, and of course it's a geographical centre between Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia, all key locations, especially near joint borders of mostly unhindered scam operations. And these scam ecosystems are maturing very quickly and respond to various changes in government policies about banking, particularly digital banking and the use of cryptocurrency in scam transactions. But there are very big players involved in the region who are finding ways of sidestepping national banking systems and creating their own cyber ecosystems, often undetectable or very difficult to unravel for authorities. The Bangkok Post has done an article on this issue today. It's titled "Scams and Mule Accounts, a Dominant Fraud Concern." And the article cites a recent survey by FICO, that's a large multinational analytics firm, and 7 out of 10 senior banking executives now claim that scams and mule accounts are the number one concern. That's a huge shift in the fraud landscape, and one way or the other, it's directly affecting you. All the insights in this report have come from FICO's Asia Pacific Fraud Forum held in June this year, with input from more than 40 fraud and risk leaders from financial institutions around Southeast Asia. So what makes this kind of cybercrime different from traditional bank fraud? Well, in the past, fraud usually meant unauthorised transactions, things like stolen credit cards or hacked accounts, where banks could often detect the suspicious activity and stop it, hopefully return your money. But scams today are much sneakier. Criminals trick victims into authorising the payments themselves. You're authorising the payments when you get cyber scammed. So the banks can't flag them as fraudulent. The money is sent willingly, but of course under false pretenses. Once that money's gone, it's moved rapidly using these mule accounts, fake or stolen bank accounts used to launder money. And these mule accounts help criminals move funds between banks, often across borders, making it almost impossible to recover. Often the monies are transferred into crypto accounts and then transferred back into other mule accounts, making it almost impossible to trace. And the numbers across the region are staggering. In the island nation of Singapore, scam losses in 2024 hit more than 860 million Singapore dollars. That's a 70% jump from the year before. Thailand reported damages of around 60 billion baht, and Malaysia saw losses reaching 54 billion ringgit, which is about 2.8 billion US dollars. Or nearly 3% of Malaysia's total GDP. That's money stolen from you and me, or someone you know, through increasingly sophisticated romance and investment scams, often called pig butchering, but we're the pigs. And it's not just those countries. In places like the Philippines and Indonesia, scam-related crimes now dominate cybercrime statistics. So where are these scams coming from? Well, they're not knocking on your door, they're not sending you letters. Even the emails from Nigerian princes seem positively archaic compared to the modern day scams. The survey found that more than half of our banking leaders blame social media. Around 52% pointed to platforms like Facebook, TikTok and Telegram as the top risk areas. Another 35% said direct messaging apps were also a major problem. If you use any of these media, you're in the line of fire. Every single one of you. And our best defensive weapons are awareness, knowledge, and information. With over 2 billion social media users in the Southeast Asian region, these platforms have become a hunting ground for scammers. They're impersonating government officials, pushing fake investment opportunities or advertising jobs that don't even exist. They can impersonate you, realistically, with all the latest AI tools, even making videos of you asking everyone on your contact list for financial help. And many people get tricked into what looks like a completely legitimate offer, while others are lured into renting out their bank accounts for fast cash, not realizing that they're actually helping scammers commit financial crimes. The clampdown on mule and fake accounts has been felt across the banking landscape. Many foreigners thinking that it's somehow targeting them and their bank accounts. Sorry, you're just being caught in the crossfire. Over 200,000 mule accounts were shut down in just 1 year. Meanwhile, Singapore has taken a legal approach, making it a criminal offence to provide mule accounts and giving banks and authorities more power to act in real time. But even with all those efforts, banks are still running into problems, internal ones. Many executives said the biggest challenge is siloed data, basically different teams and departments not sharing important information. That's followed by a lack of connected systems across products, channels and other branches, even overseas affiliates. FICO's Asia Pacific Managing Director Datu Kompella has summed it up well in the Bangkok Post article. He said that scam activity is fast, fluid and fragmented, and banks need systems that can deliver a complete real-time view of risk. Without that, they'll always be playing catch-up. And whilst banks and governments can move in on these bogus accounts and transactions, the scammers are one or more steps ahead of them already, nimble and financially capable to avoid detection and develop digital routes around any institutional barriers. But what about victim compensation, I hear you ask? Surely I'm the innocent victim in all of this. Well, only 14% of banking leaders said customers should be fully reimbursed in all scam cases. About half said banks should only pay when they're at fault, and 36% backed a shared responsibility model where the cost is split between the bank and the customer. So where does all this leave you? Social media is a big part of the problem. Mule accounts are fueling the fire, and internal bank and governmental systems just aren't flexible enough to respond quickly. Now, this tightening of security on the banks and our bank accounts is likely to continue. We're likely to see more countries pushing for tighter laws, faster intervention powers, and more pressure on social media platforms to crack down. And we'll certainly see more institutions, governments, and even individuals taking their own legal action against these social media monoliths. Our job as concerned citizens, expats and media is to spread the word. Be even more vigilant. Be aware and awake when you're using social and messaging media. And realise that if you want romance, you're probably going to have to put on a clean shirt, get out of the house, rather than relying on social media's quick fix. And if you've been affected by scams or know of others caught up in these scams, please comment on the video and share your experiences. The more we know about the sinister and creepy means that scammers are extracting money from our pockets, the better chance others have to avoid the same stress and financial losses. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this with someone who might need to see it. Now, there's a link in the description of this video with a link to the full Bangkok Post article. And please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.